Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. Today is going to be a different type of video simply because I'm not going to be ranking any cards or building any teams or doing gameplay with any cards or anything like that. I'm going to be looking back at Season 6's content in general and basically expressing my displeasure with the way that 2K did content this season and the way that they treated this season in general, and really kind of some bigger issues that I've had with the game to this point in this year so far that I think are really contributing to why the game is as dead as it is. So, it is definitely going to be a different type of video, but I hope you'll stick with me. I hope you'll enjoy this video, and I hope y'all agree with the points that I make in this video about my displeasure with the content this season and really with the way that 2K has run this game in general. And I think this has really contributed to why the game is as dead as it is, because I think it's really simple to say the game is pretty dead. Like, views are down in general across the board, like not insanely, but there aren't as many players in the game. There are far more customer complaints than just the regular people who are complaining about the game, because you can't please everybody. There will always be issues with the game and things that you can't fix and things that won't please everybody, just the way the game is. But there are more issues, I think, this season and more complaints this season. I think there's a reason to that. So before we hop into it, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're like 70 subscribers away from 1400, trying to hit that in the near future, and I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's hop into it and discuss this content. So, Season 6 started off with a lot of hype. People were very excited about Season 6 because it was titled Glitch Reality. So, in people's minds, including mine, that means out of position. And we were right to a certain extent. There was a lot of out of position stuff. There was some glitch stuff, and I'll get to that. And I think content on Fridays has been good. The first thing I will say is that for the most part, with a couple exceptions that I will get to, content on Fridays has been good. But one of my main issues with Season 6's content starts very early, and that is the rewards that they gave players for grinding the game, so to say, this season. So, actually, I'll start off at the top. Level 40 reward, J.R. Smith. When you think glitched reality, is the first person that comes to mind point guard J.R. Smith? Like, from the day this card was revealed, the day before the season started, I knew I wasn't grinding him. He's 6'6" at the point guard position. He's not a great defender. Like, yeah, he's got good stats. He's a really good statistical card, but he's really not that great. They gave him good badges. They gave him decent animations even. He's a pretty good card on paper, but he's 6'6" at the point guard position, so he's already undersized. He doesn't have great defensive animations. For whatever reason, they decided to take away his Pro 3 behind the back. He had the best behind the back in Pro 3, and they gave him Pro 2. Like, I don't know why. His release is only on quick instead of very quick. We're seeing tons of cards now with very quick releases, but they gave him his on quick, which made no sense to me. He's a mediocre card. I mean, he is. He gets load-ups on next gen like a maniac for no reason. Like, he's really not a great card. I wasn't going to grind for him. He's undersized. He's just not that good. There's like 4 or 5 point guards minimum in the game right now who are better than him. And I knew that was going to happen from day one this season. He wasn't the best card in the game if he had been available day one of the season. Luka Doncic was better than him. Then they gave us Pete Maravich, who I will admit is solid. But here's the thing. Another 6'5" point guard. Only gold Showtime. He's really good on next gen. He has Hall of Fame blinders on next gen. Like, he's a very good card on next gen. On current gen, you don't love to see Hall of Fame steady shooter. He's not big enough to be a great defender, and he only has gold Showtime, and he's really hard to get. You have to get every Galaxy Opal card at 1,000 tokens. Like, day one of the season, he was available, and if you had grinded triple threat offline and online had a ton of tokens, then he was a great card for you, but most people weren't able to get him. It's a very, very small percentage of people that have this Pete Maravich card. I've only run into him a couple times, and he's really not that great of a card either. Then you have a guy like Rashard Lewis. Limited reward. Good card on paper. He's got nice badges, Hall of Fame Showtime, Hall of Fame Quick First Step, good size, good defensive badges, solid stats. Defensive stats could be better, but they're not terrible. He's decently athletic, can shoot. His jumper's pretty good as well. The issue, he has normal dribble 6. I mean, what is this? Why does this card come with normal dribble 6? We're in May now, and this card has normal dribble 6. I think that's that's borderline unacceptable. Makes him borderline unusable. He's just not that good of a card. Not great defensive animations, normal dribble 6. He's just not a very usable card. And I think that's a problem. So, we're 0 for 3 so far, right? Next card, we got Mel Daniels. He was a domination reward, a free card, yes. You could attain him very early in the season, but the thing about Mel Daniels is he's an Evo card. You know what that means? He can't add any badges to him. You know what that means? He doesn't come with flexible release and Deadeye. Those are 2 of the most important shooting badges. He doesn't get them. His jump shot, for whatever reason, his upper release makes this jump shot. It's gross. His dribble sigs aren't good. He's undersized at the center position. He can play the power forward position at a good size. He's missing 3 hot spots. Statistically, he's good. Defensively, he's good. I mean, he's a decent card, but Day one, again, he was not a God Squad level player. I mean, at best, day one, he might have been a backup power forward. Like, he just wasn't that good. And then we get to one of the cards that really, really bothered me. I think as a competitive player specifically, and I think for a lot of other people, competitive player or not, who are really good at the game, I think they kind of felt like this unlimited reward is a slap in the face. And this isn't the only unlimited reward that was a slap in the face. I mean, we can look at all the unlimited rewards throughout the year. This top 6 cards are the 6 unlimited rewards we've gotten throughout the season this year. And the best unlimited reward all year, I would say, was Paul Pierce, who was good day one, didn't last very long, or Kevin McHale, who again was good. He was the best hitter in the game the day he came out, but he was the best hitter in the game for a week. And then after that, he was very quickly outdated by Anthony Davis, Chris Webber, cards like that. So, that being said, I don't know. I mean, all year, unlimited rewards cards have not been good. He only has gold showtime. He's undersized. 6'6" is not really big. His release is hard to green for whatever reason. He comes with Hall of Fame steady shooter. Not a lot of defensive badges. Decent stats, but like not amazing. And his jumper's it's just not that good. Only on quick. Good dribble 6, but like this is a mediocre card. If you've used this card, if you have Michael Redd, he is a mediocre card. There are a ton of better shooting guards and small forwards at this level. And that frustrates me. And I think that frustrates a lot of other players. The fact that we've been playing this game all year, and you play the game, you have to sweat very hard to get an unlimited reward. And the reward we get is Michael Redd. You're not rewarding your players for playing the game. Same goes for Billy Cunningham, Julius Randle, Rob Lanier, who's a token card, Fat Lever. Like, none of these cards are elite level cards. You're really not seeing a single one of these cards ran at a competitive level. Taka Fall, I'm not even going to really mention him because he's borderline impossible to get. I've played this card one time ever. He's a glitch market card. Basically doesn't exist. I mean, Artist Gilmore was a free card. He sucks. Rudy LaRusso, the exchange sucks. I mean, it has all year. Glitched market cards were like decent budget cards when they came out, but none of these cards are very good, and they were impossible to get anyway. I've played like 2,000 games between different game modes this season. I haven't seen the glitch market one time. Not once for any of these possible cards you could get. And that just like bothered me to no end. Now, I will say, Friday content, the day that the season came out, we got T-Mac, we got Kareem, we got Giannis. Those 3 cards were exceptional. Even AK as well was really, really good. We got 4 amazing cards, elite level competitive cards. And that's great. You want to see good Friday content. We've seen a lot of that this season, but that's not enough to make the game exciting, and that only appeals to people who spend money on the game as well. It's hard for a no money spent player to access these cards, especially early in their lifespan. No money spent players weren't paying $600-700K for Kareem and T-Mac the first week they were out. Same thing with Giannis. Like, it just wasn't happening. They don't have MT like that. So that appeals to a certain part of the company, and that makes them money, which obviously, as we know, 2K cares far more about money than anything else. But it doesn't appeal to a large portion of their player base, and I think that kind of can be a problem. Is you need to appeal to that portion of the player base too, not just the top tier, the ones who spend money on the game. And then, I mean, a theme that quickly became noticed during the season was the mystery set. I'll get to Tyronn Lue in a second, but the mystery sets were mediocre at best. A couple good budget cards. Vucevic and Garland aren't bad. Wilkins is decent, but when he came out, he was barely a top 5 shooting guard, if that. Tyronn Lue is cool, but hard to get, and even if you get Tyronn Lue, for the very few people who were lucky enough to get him, he gets you J.R. Smith, who wasn't a top point guard, who wasn't the best point guard the day he was available. Like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of words to say, in all honesty. Just like, again, J.R. Smith was just a terrible level 40 reward. Worst level 40 reward we've gotten all year. And then we got a Moments Devin Booker. Cool. It was a bad card. I like Moments. I think that was the last Moments drop. Now we got one more Moments drop. I'll get to that in a second. But Flash 8 was good. Again, this is Friday content. It's paid content. We got a really nice budget card in Tyrese. 2 solid ones in Jeff Green and Dumas as well. Ingram and Rondo were mediocre. DeRozan and Wilt are really good cards, but again, you're appealing to only the top level players, the guys who spend money on the game and have the best teams in cards like that. Move on to Mystery 2. Again, this is a horrible drop. I mean, Darius Miles is the best card in this drop, and he's not that good. He's missing hot spots from the top 3 spots. Not a great release. Missing Hall of Fame range. I mean, he's just a mediocre card. He just is. He was a mediocre card the day he came out. Then you look at the Vault, Opal Danny Ferry. Great card. They need to make more cards like Danny Ferry. The Vault cards are really, really good. I would love to see other rewards in the game and other modes similar to this Danny Ferry card. The issue that I have with the Vault is the RNG aspect of the game. I have a friend who played 2,200 games before he got Danny Ferry this season. I have another friend who played like 1,200 games before he got Danny Ferry this season. I have a lot of friends who played 700, 800, 900 games before they got Danny Ferry. I have a couple friends who haven't gotten him yet. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how hard this Danny Ferry card is to get, how hard the cards in general have been to get from Triple Threat Offline this year, specifically the really good ones. Danny Ferry, Kermit Washington, Terry Dischinger. Incredibly hard cards to get just because they're really, really good cards. They're top cards, that's great. But the RNG aspect of that definitely hurts the value of those cards. And honestly, the enjoyment of playing the game for those cards, because there's no guarantee you get them. And sometimes you have to spend an ungodly amount of time to get those cards, or you may not even get them at all, which is really frustrating for a lot of people because they want the opportunity to grind for stuff that's free where they're guaranteed to get it. Next drop we got was this Moments drop. Again, a mediocre drop. Not a single one of these cards is a God Squad card the day they came out. They just aren't. They just weren't. But I like Moments drops. They should keep the Moments drops going. After that Moments drop, they didn't drop Moments for like 3 weeks. So we'll get to that in a second. But this mystery update, again, okay. Like Shumpert, decent, but missing dribble sigs. Derek Jones, not a great shooter, and missing some stuff. Chris Mullen, a mediocre card, not a great. I mean, he's a decent slasher. Only gold Showtime. A little bit undersized, not exactly, but like another mediocre card, not a great card. You don't see a lot of Chris Mullen, right? Especially in a competitive setting. It just doesn't happen. Ron Harper, Triple Threat Offline, online, was a good card. We need more cards like this. Triple Threat Online, Ron Harper, I was happy with that. That's a good card. You can still run it. It's a decent budget point card. It's free. It wasn't super hard to get. Again, I will applaud 2K for what they do, but that's a small thing. Then we get to another Friday's drop. This drop was a waste. If you're going to make Friday drops good, what are we doing? They gave us Jaren Jackson. He was good. He was the best grindable card this season by far out of those 5 cards that they gave us that we could grind for. Like, Jaren Jackson was the only good one, in all honesty. But he was good. He's a good budget center. The rest of this drop kind of sucks. Mediocre. Not even really any good budget cards. Like, Hakeem Work's probably the best budget card. These 2 cards were not even God Squad level cards the day they came out. Carmelo's like one of the most overpriced cards in the game. He's like 300K for what? No Curry slide, a jumper that's only on quick and can't shoot from the corners on current gen. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. That was, again, ugly drop to me. Go to mystery. I mean, Sabonis is decent. Dennis is really good for an Amethyst, but he's an Amethyst. Diaw's a good card. This was the best mystery drop in all honesty, probably. And I mean, a mediocre drop again. Not a great drop. Midweek content this season was just very, very mediocre. Then we got Warped Reality. Did I skip out of position? I may have skipped out of position. I think I skipped out of position, so I'll go back to it real quick. This was a really good drop. We need Friday drops like this. This is a great drop. They even gave us some good free cards at Millsap. Good budget cards in LaMelo, Magic Johnson, a free Opal and Obi Toppin for just a locker code. Good, solid cards here. I mean, really nice top-end cards in Grant, KD, even Kobe. Really, really good drop. Drops like this are good. They only appeal to the top half. Again, they're the top quarter, 10% of players who can get these cards, but still, it was a good drop. I'm not going to complain. I will never complain about a good drop on Friday. I just wish there was more outside of that. But I'm sorry, back to this. Warp Reality again. An insane drop. And I think they did a good job in this drop in giving us budget options as well. Guys like Bol Bol, Eddie Curry, Bobby Jones, Penny Hardaway, Rudy Gay, Kyle Kuzma. I mean, to compete with the top Ben Simmons, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, they gave us some great cards in this drop. Even Justice Winslow. A lot of good cards in this drop again. And again, that's something that we want to see, is 2K giving us good depth to content, not just elite top-end cards like Simmons and Shaq, who are amazing cards. They started in my God Squad. Like, they're amazing, amazing cards. But the depth of the content on this is something that I do encourage 2K to continue dropping. Drops like this make the game more enjoyable to play, and more appealing to people to want to play the game in general, because there's hype around these types of things. And I like that. I think they did a good job. This drop specifically, as well as the out of position drop and the first drop, lived up to the glitch reality. But again, they're Friday drops. The top cards only appeal to the top 10%. And then finally, we got this last mystery drop. Complete waste of a drop. Not a single one of these cards is all that good. Vassell's probably the best card, in all honesty, in terms of usability for your type of team, for a budget team. He's a good card. Great release. But again, super mediocre drop. Then we got this drop on Friday. Like, what? What type of garbage is this? Lock in for Ralph Sampson. Idols 2. For Ralph Sampson. What in the world? John Collins, who's a decent card with glitched reward. Wait, he's outdated. I mean, he just is. Russ and Blake are mediocre. Russell kind of sucks. Blake is okay, but he's not as good as Bol Bol or Giannis or Wilt or Kareem or Shaq or Danny Ferry, he's just mediocre. Trevor Ree's a great budget card. Really good budget card. Can compete with the top shooting guards. More cards like Trevor Ree's are great for budget players and God Squad players. Like, cards like that, I'll give him props. That's a great card. But generally, overall, this content drop sucked. And then we come to the final content drop of the season, which was a really nice content drop. We got Lonzo, we got Jason Tatum, we got a basically auctionable J.R. Smith, who's literally basically on the level of J.R. Smith. So a very mediocre card, but auctionable, whatever. Free Galaxy Opal Kyle Lowry for every player. Like, not a great card, but he's pretty good. He's free 98. He's really nice on the offensive end. Solid on defense as well. He's just small, but really good card. And then Kukoc, who Kukoc is probably the best thing this 2K did all season. I'll give them credit for this. 6'10" with 7'2" wingspan. He's got hotspots everywhere. Every important badge. Really nice stats. Basically Danny Ferry 2.0, except guaranteed to get if you grinded the other 5 Season 6 rewards and then did a challenge for 2 Kukoc. You did these 5 players and then you got Kukoc. Like, he's a great card that you could get for entirely free, guaranteed to get. And that's probably the best thing that 2K did all season. But here's the thing. It took them to the last day of the season to give you a guaranteed free card who you could actually know you could grind for, who was an elite level player. Like, for competitive teams, like a top card in the game. I just think that's unacceptable. And I think when you look at this season in the whole, it is just so mediocre, from the rewards to the Friday content drops to especially the midweek content drops. The midweek content drops sucked and the rewards sucked. What I want to see is elite unlimited reward cards. We make unlimited rewarding. Give people a reason to play unlimited. Make another reward tier. After you go 12-0, there's no point to playing unlimited. Once you get Michael Red this season, there was no point to playing unlimited. I played it because I was bored, and I know other people did too, but a lot of people got their Michael Red and then got off the game. They're not playing unlimited anymore. Limited was pointless because Rashard Lewis sucks, for lack of a better word. The Galaxy Opal token card this season with Bob Lanier, he's terrible. The Exchange is useless. The Ascension is useless because those cards suck. I mean, Triple Threat Offline's been good this year, but like, that's all RNG based. Even Triple Threat Online. Julius Randle's decent. Ron Harper's pretty good as well. But again, RNG based. I just think there's too much RNG based stuff in this game for the good rewards. And they aren't rewarding players for grinding the game the way that they need to. And that really frustrates me. And we saw that specifically in Season 6. That they only care about getting our money with the hyped up content drops. That's really all they care about. And I think that is contributing to the downfall of this game. Not entirely like downfall. It's not permanent. It's not unfixable. But this season we saw a complete drop off in content and effort from 2K, and it was just really disappointing for me to see. So I really just wanted to come on here and express my displeasure with 2K for making that a thing, and my hope that they turn it around next season. Give us a really good unlimited reward. I mean, how hard would it be to give us Dark Matter Kristaps for unlimited? Put Dark Matter Walter Davis in limited, Yao Ming or Giannis or somebody like that at level 40. Hype it up. Make this game fun to play again. Make it rewarding to play again. Reward your players. Give them free cards to grind. Give us good midweek content. Consistent Friday content that's not insane one week and then terrible the next week. Like, why are we going from this warped reality set that's incredible to a garbage Idol series drop with Ralph Sampson as the lock-in? Like, what is the point of Idols at this point? Idols was a joke this season. It's been a joke this whole Idol series too. I'm displeased. I'm frustrated with 2K. I really don't think they care about their customers, and it is taking a toll on their content creators as well to a certain extent. So I just wanted to express my frustration with this company right now. But that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my thoughts and my expression of frustration about this season and 2K in general right now. And make sure you hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. I really appreciate your support. I'll have another video out later today and a video out tomorrow as well, preparing for Season 7. So I appreciate all the support as always, and we'll be back with another 2K video very, very soon. Appreciate you. Peace.